Connor, it's funny you bring up the quarterback situation because I'll tell you right now, it's every single day I feel like I'm back and forth. But right now, I would tell you, I think gun to head, if I had to put money on it, from everything I've heard, seen, whatever, I would probably bet on Colin Hill to be the starter right now.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, with the experience he has in Bobo's system, and like you're saying, you just can't afford to come out and not run 100% of the playbook. I want to get your overall take, though, on the quarterback position, because I know Ryan Hilinski's a guy you guys have talked about a lot on your podcast and your content, stuff like that. And I think all South Carolina fans and probably just fans in general want to see Ryan succeed because of his background, his family
For
stuff
sure.
that happened. But when you take a look, and I think there's a legitimate quarterback battle. You know, these guys have been splitting the ones every other day, and I've told fans, and it's funny. I see a lot of South Carolina fans on social media kind of, you know, belittling Colin Hill. And listen, I understand he was a very average quarterback at Colorado State. He was injury prone, whatever. But the fact of the matter is he knows the playbook like the back of his hand. I mean, Nick Muse, a tight end on South Carolina's team, he joked that, hey, Colin Hill knows the playbook better than Mike Bobo does. And with all due respect to Ryan Hilinski, he's a really smart kid. He's a talented kid. He has the intangibles, but he's drinking water out of a fire hose right now, I feel like. And that's just something he cannot help. So what's your overall take on the quarterback position? Because, again, I agree with you. I think even if Ryan starts, and it'll be unfortunate if there is that friction, but I think it's just one of those things where everybody knows how big of a year this is. Like, if they feel like Colin Hill is going to give them a better chance to win, so be it. They're going to throw him out there. But your overall take on that position, I think there's going to be a short leash either way. And honestly, like I said, if I had to put money on it, I would probably put Colin Hill as the starter today.
And that would be such an interesting peek inside the dynamics, right? Because I felt like at times Will Muschamp was too loyal to Jake Bentley. He really wanted Jake Bentley to be able to work and just to be finally the guy to say, hey, look, I actually know how to develop a quarterback. And I think a lot of that still exists with Ryan Hilinski. And if I'm betting, and you follow the team so closely, obviously, and you've got a really good feel on that as well. I'm giving Hilinski the slight edge until we're sort of told otherwise, because I sort of feel like Colin Hill was brought in to be like, hey, if there's like first 3 games of the year, it's just not working. It's just not working in this system. That's when you bring in a Colin Hill and you say, all right, run the offense. You need to be on the sideline to sort of mentor a young quarterback in Ryan Hilinski, because let's be honest, I mean, the decision-making is not there yet. And it isn't for most true freshmen in the SEC. It wasn't for Bo Nix last year. I thought he made some horrible decisions. I think he's getting way too much hype in the offseason when there are a lot of questions about him, by the way, with the new offensive coordinator as well. But I think with Ryan Hilinski, we need to see that learning curve early. And it's got to be that clear separation of this kid is getting it. He is making that year 2 step, because that friction is going to exist. And I think it's going to exist potentially throughout the year if both of them can stay healthy. Now, if one of them loses the job, I mean, I assume they'll just go line up at receiver and do what kind of South Carolina quarterbacks do. But I don't know how that really impacts, what exactly they're going to be able to get in terms of production out of their starting quarterback. It's a very interesting dynamic to watch in Columbia.